Hello guys, welcome to another video on Goldman Sachs wherein we'll be talking about numerical reasoning questions. As I've already discussed multiple times, so in aptitude we have numerical computations and numerical reasoning. Numerical reasoning is also a part of quantitative aptitude and it is not the pure logical reasoning. The name goes like reasoning, but numerical reasoning is a little different. It is quants purely with some touch of reasoning into it. So the questions are really very different. So make sure you are watching this video till the end to get an idea onto how the questions gonna be from the numerical reasoning section of quantitative aptitude in your Goldman Sachs examination, right? Guys, before we start with this video, make sure you keep commenting on the video to get free access to newly launched Prep Insta Prime. Make sure you are commenting with anything, with a solution, with a feedback, with an appreciation or anything it could be, but make sure you keep commenting and the top 3 commenters would get free access to newly launched Prep Insta Prime. We announce the results every Friday on our Instagram handles, so make sure you are a part of all of them. Not only Instagram, be a part of our Discord community, which is approximately 15-20,000 users now. We keep interacting, we have free live sessions, we have a lot more other activities going on our Discord. Apart from that, you have Facebook, WhatsApp, and Telegram. Make sure you're part of all of them to never miss out on any important information or news related to placements. So let us not waste much time here and let us start with the first question, which is from Venn diagrams or set theory, you can call it. In a test in which 240 students appeared, 180 qualified in the quantitative ability, 130 qualified in the reasoning ability, and 150 qualified in the verbal ability. 60 students qualified in only one section and 120 qualified in only 2 sections. 10 students not qualified in all the sections. Find the number of students who qualified in at least 2 sections. This question is very easy, guys. When you'll see my part of the solution, you'd be like, this was that easy. But before that, I'll suggest you have a pen and paper right next to you, pause the video and start solving this on your own. Okay, guys, so in a test, there were 240 students, right? 240 total students. How many students qualified in at least 1, 2 or more? To find that, it is given that 10 students not qualified in all the 3 sections. So I can say that 240 minus 10. 230, they qualified in at least 1. Right? Now the next thing is Venn diagram. Okay. Here, guys, it is given that 180 qualified in quantitative ability. So let's say this is quants and 180 qualified here. 130 qualified in reasoning ability, and so that means this entire circle is 180. This entire circle is 130 and 150 qualified in verbal ability. Right? This entire, so when we say 130, 150, 180, this means this entire circle is what we are talking about. Right? Technically, if you add all of them up, that would be 430. The number of total students who qualified was 230. So definitely this number means students who qualified in more than 1 subjects, qualified in 2 subjects or 3 subjects are also included in that particular number. Now, second part is 60 students qualified in only 1 section and 110 students qualified in only 2 sections. Guys, when we talk about only 2 sections, which is only 2 sections? Overlap of just 2 circles, this part, and then this part, and then this part. This is overlap of exactly 2 circles, right? I'm not considering the middle one. I'm not considering this because this is where 3 students qualified, right? The yellow one. So the red one is what? The total count for the red one is 110, right? Apart from that, they've said that 60 students qualified in only 1 section. Which is only 1 section, guys? This, and this. This is 60. What are we supposed to find? We are supposed to find number of students who qualified in at least 2 sections. At least 2 sections means 2 or 3. Okay. Total number of students were 230, guys, right? 230 who qualified. Students who qualified in only 1 subject is 60. So what is left? Students who qualified in more than one, that is at least 2. So that is nothing but 170. Because we were interested in finding this whole area. Students who qualified in at least this particular area wherein we have overlaps. We are supposed to find that. The total is 230. The excluded part is 60. So 230 minus 60, 170 is the number of students who qualified in at least 2 sections. Yes, hope you got that right. If not, you can definitely comment it down in the comment section and definitely we'll take care of that. Okay, next question, which says, two friends Sham and Kailash own 2 versions of a car. Sham owns the diesel version of the car while Kailash owns the petrol version of the car. Kailash's car gives an average that is 20% higher than Sham's in terms of liters per kilometer. It is known that petrol costs 60% of its price higher than diesel, something important that you should take care of. The ratio of cost per kilometer of Kailash's car to Sham's car is, you have to find the ratio. You can pause the video and try doing this on your own for once. All right, guys. Though I'm not very good at drawing, let me still try. Right? Let's say this is diesel for Sham. This is petrol for Kailash. This is basically the average, which is liters per kilometer, and the second one is what? Second one is the cost per liter, right? Okay. Kailash's car gives an average that is 20% higher than Sham's car. Let's say Sham's car give an average of X, so Kailash's car would give an average of 1.2x. It is known that petrol costs 60% of its price higher than diesel. So if I say the cost for petrol is P, the cost for diesel in that case would be 0.4. 60% of its own price higher than diesel. So this is what this means, right? Okay. So guys, what is first, what is second? First one is liters per kilometer, and the second one is, let's say, rupees per liters. If I'll multiply this, what will I get? Rupees per kilometer, that is cost per kilometer, which is what we have to find, cost per kilometer. So simply multiply this. Cost per kilometer for Sham, 0.4 px, and cost per kilometer for Kailash is 1.2 px. This is the ratio. Px and px gone. We have to find the ratio of Kailash's to Sham's car. So that would be 1.2 is to 0.4, which is nothing but 3 is to 1. Option number B would be the correct answer. So as you can see, guys, there are calculations, there is quants, but there is logical touch to each and every question that we will be seeing here, and that is why it is categorized under numerical reasoning. The questions have little bit of paragraph involved in them. You have to have basic knowledge about quants, but you have to also use reasoning ability to solve those particular questions. Moving on to the next question, guys, which says, according to a plan, a team of farmers decided to harvest 216 meter cube of wheat in several days. In the first 3 days, the team fulfilled the daily assignment, and then it harvested 8 meter cube of wheat over and above the plan every day. Therefore, a day before the planned date, they had already harvested 232 meter cube of wheat. How many cubic meters of wheat a day did the team have to cut according to the plan? So you guys can pause the video here and start solving this on your own. But before that, let me show you PrepInsta Prime, guys. Right? So we have launched PrepInsta Prime. I hope you guys have already gone through it. We already have a course on Goldman already uploaded with all the sections that are needed for Goldman already been a part of PrepInsta Prime. So with Prep Insta Prime, what you get is all the popular skills like AI, cybersecurity, ethical hacking, big data, AWS cloud, all the popular languages like C, C++, Java, Python, all the basic coding, intermediate coding, competitive coding, data structures, and everything is already a part of Prep Insta Prime. Apart from that, you get aptitude, logical, verbal, DI, visual reasoning, all that you need for your placements. Crypto, which is a part for Infosys, essay writing, which is asked in Wipro, game-based aptitude, which is for Capgemini. Everything is already a part of Prep Insta Prime subscription. Apart from that, for all the platforms, we have courses for you. Be it CoCubes, AMCAT, HackerRank, Metal, HackerEarth, Fast Naukri, My Anatomy, WCP, Litmus, right? We have a course for each and every platform that you might be, uh, you know, seeing in your placement exams. Apart from that, you talk about any service-based company, TCS Digital, Cognizant, Cognizant Gen C, LTI, Deloitte, IBM, Accenture, DXC, Tech Mahindra, HSBC, Wipro. A lot more companies are already a part of the Prep Insta Prime subscription. Product-based companies like Microsoft, Goldman, Amazon, Cisco, Oracle, we have courses for all of them, right? Interview preparation, that is group discussion, HR preparation, puzzles, resume, GitHub, guesstimates, everything is already included under your Prime subscription. You get a lot of cool projects to show in your exam, in your interviews. You get computer science subjects like OSD, BMS, SDLC, computer networks, SQL, everything that you need in your interview, especially or in your computer MCQs. Coding brush-ups like pseudocode, automata fix is already a part. Interview experiences are already a part of the Prep Insta Prime subscription. Apart from that, what you get is, guys, certifications for all the skills that you complete on Prep Insta Prime. Multiple certificates for multiple skills that you complete on Prep Insta Prime from Prep Insta, and then with as a free add-on, you get TCS Ion Remote Internship certificate as well with your Prep Insta Prime subscription. So all those guys under one single roof, right? And the price that you pay is for 3 months 2499, for 6 months 3499, for 12 months it's 4499, for 18 months it's 4999, for 24 months it's 5499, 36 months 5999, and 48 months 6499. So the prices would definitely increase in a week or so, guys, because these were introductory prices and we're definitely gonna be increasing the prices now. So make sure you go and check this out, because this is gonna be very helpful for your placements. Very, very, very helpful, right? Okay. So the link for Prep Insta Prime can be found in the description of the video. Let us get back to the question then. Okay, guys, so talking about the solution for this particular question, according to a plan, a team of farmers decided to harvest 216 meter cube of wheat in several days, right? So let us say the number of plant days were X. Let's say this were the plant days. So what would be the rate of work in that case? This, because they have to harvest 216 meter cube totally in X days. So rate of work, or that is per day work, is 216 by X, right? For the first 3 days, the team fulfilled the daily assignment. So whatever they planned, they were doing according to the plan. So that means in 3 days, how much work would they complete? 3 into 216 by X, which is nothing but 648 by X. This much amount of work would have been completed. But what happened was, from the next 4th day onwards, they harvested 8 meter cube extra over and above the plan every day. So the plan every day was this much. They harvested 8 meter cube extra. So how much were they working? So 4th day onwards, they were actually they started harvesting this plus 8 more. Yes. And that is how they overall, what they did was, in X minus 1 days, they were able to harvest 232 meter cube of wheat. Yes, they were able to harvest 232 meter cube of wheat in x minus 1 days. So let us do that. So 232 meter cube. For first 3 days, they were able to harvest 438 by x. And this much work they were doing for how many days? That is the question. That is the best part of the question. If you can do that correctly, you're almost done. Okay. So guys, they did it in x minus 1 days. They did this much amount of work for how many days? They completed 232 meter cube in x minus 1 days. Out of this x minus 1 days, we also have to ignore this 3 days. So x minus 4 days. They worked for this particular pace. They worked with this particular pace for x minus 4 days. Yes. Okay. So from here now the thing is you have to solve. So 3 days and this is x minus 4 days. So that is basically x minus 1 days in total. Okay. So let us solve it, guys. So 216 minus plus 8x minus 32. Let me not waste much time here. I already have the solution for this. Let me just go back to directly to the solution for answer for this. Let us not waste time solving this. So once you will solve this, guys, you will get x to be 9 from here, because that would take some extra time which I don't want to waste here for everyone. So from here, after solving, you'd get the value of x to be 9. If x is 9, guys, what is the question? How many cubic meters of wheat a day did the team have to cut according to the plan? So according to the plan, they have to cut 216 by 8 every day, which is 216 divided by 9. 2s are 18, 36 is 4. So the average was 24. So they planned to initially they planned to harvest 24 meter cubes of wheat every day. Okay. Moving on to the next question, which is in how many days one man and two women can complete the work? So this is statement and conclusion based question where you have to identify. There is a statement given there. So there is a question given. There are two statements given and there are options given. You have to identify if statement 1 alone is sufficient to answer the question. Statement 2 alone is sufficient to answer the question. Both the statements 1 and 2 together are sufficient to answer the question, or either of the statement 1 or 2 are sufficient to answer the question. You can definitely pause the video, read the question 1, pause the video, and the answer is pretty simple to this one. So just give it a try, guys. Okay. We have to find one man plus two women can complete the work in how many days? Statement 1 says 10 women complete the work in 21 days, right? So one woman can complete the work in days. I can find that from here. So I can also find 2 women from here. That would be 105 days. 2 women's work, right? 2 women can complete the work in 105 days. Similarly, 30 men take 7.5 days to complete. So can I not find one man's work from here? This would be it. So I know 2 women's work, 1 man's work. I can add them up, right, to find 1 man and 2 women's work from here. So that means statement 1 alone is sufficient. Using 1 alone, I can answer the question. But that is not the entire thing that you have to do. You have to make sure for statement 2 as well. Statement 2 says 14 women and 6 men. can complete the work in 4 days, and 6 women plus 14 men takes 5 days. Yes. From here, guys, what you can actually do is you can add them up, subtract them, add them, multiply them. There are two different equations that you have, right? Using both the equations, you can convert. So I'm not doing that entirely for you. I would have done that if this was a time and work problem. So what you can do from here is 20 men and 20 women can complete the work in how many days? You can do that easily, right? You can find that out. From that, you can find one man's work. You can put one man's value anywhere in the above equations that you have, and you can find women's work as well. And simultaneously, you can find one man and two women's work. So this is possible. There are calculations, but this is possible, and that is what you have to find. You don't have to find the answer. You just have to find the possibility that whether you'll be able to find the answer or not. You can. So that means statement 2 alone is also sufficient. So that means either statement 1 or statement 2 is sufficient to answer this particular question. Yes? Okay. Moving on to the next question, which says a man has 106 small magnetic balls in his drawer, 42 identical blue, 30 identical black, and 34 identical red. The lights are out and he's completely in the dark. How many magnetic balls must he take out to make 100% certain he has at least one pair of magnetic balls in his hand? So you guys can pause the video. This is very logical question, very logical question. Though it looks like a probability or a permutation or a combination problem, but it also has a different sort of reasoning part with it. We'll definitely do that, but I just want you to pause the video and start doing this on your own once. Okay. It says the man has 42 identical blue, 30 identical black, and 34 identical red. We have to find out how many balls must he take out to make sure 100% to make 100% sure that he has at least one pair of black magnetic balls. So guys, the answer is pretty, if I'll give the answer, it is going to be very simple for you. Let me give it to you. What I will personally do for this particular problem, guys, is this. What I'll do here is blue, black, and red, right? I have to make sure there are two black balls. So the minimum number of balls that I need to pick up is, let's say he picks up all the blue and red balls. So 42 plus 34. How much is that? 76. Yes. Okay, first of all, the options are incorrect here. I did a small mistake in the options. So 42 identical blue balls, 30 identical black balls, and 34 identical red balls. So the best case scenario is, let's say guys, he was very unlucky someday, which is very highly impossible, but still. Let's say he was very unlucky. He was picking up balls, and let's say all the initial 76 balls that he picked up were not black balls. So let's say he picked up all the 76. Now I am very sure that now if I pick two more balls, that would definitely be black balls. So that means 78. So my answer would be 78. I did a mistake while creating the question. What I did was I calculated 42 plus 30. So 72 plus 2, 74 is what I kept it to be the option. But I had to add 42 and 34. I somehow added 42 and 30. Silly mistakes happen, right? So 42 plus 34, right? So 76 is what? If he picks up, very highly unlikely, but still, if he picks up 42 plus 34, he'll finish all the blue and the red balls already. Now if he picks up two more, that will for sure make it very much sure that those two are black balls now, and that is what the question is, that at least one pair of black magnetic ball he has. So that means if he picks up 78 balls, right? If we pick up 78 balls, that means he'll definitely have 2 black balls. Definitely. Right? Okay. Another question from time and work, guys. This one is very, very simple. Very simple. Right? Can you guys give it a try? A quick try? Okay. Very simple. There are four. The Bharat Dam has 4 inlets. So 4 inlets. Let them call A, B, C, and D. The first 3 inlets. Through the first 3 inlets, the dam can be filled in 12 minutes. So A plus B plus C, it can be filled in 12 minutes. So in 1 minute, how much percent of the dam would be filled? 100 by 12. What is 100 by 12? 8.33 percentage. So that means per minute 8.33 percentage of the dam would be filled. To the second, third, and the fourth, it can be filled in 15 minutes. So B plus C plus D is 15 minutes. So 100 by 15. So 6.66 percentage per minute. And through the first and the fourth inlet, it takes 20 minutes, which is 5%. Let us add them up because we have to find how much time will they take if all the 4 inlets. So all the 4 inlets are used together to fill the dam. So how much time will it take? So if I add them, guys, what is it? 2A, 2B, 2C, 2D. So 2 times of A plus B plus C plus D would be equal to 8 and 6, 14, 15 plus 5, 20 percentage per minute. So 2 gone, 10. So combined A plus B plus C plus D can fill 10% per minute. So 100% in how much time? 100 by 10, that is 10 minutes. Combined, they'll take 10 minutes to fill the dam. Very easy question, guys. One of the most easiest question that you can expect in your Goldman exam. Here is another question, guys. Another very interesting question. And yes, the way of solving this question is even more interesting. And I hope some of you might know, but if not, I'll definitely help you with that. But just pause the video and give it a try for once. Okay. If we divide the unknown two-digit number, let's say xy, if we divide it by the same digit reverse, so yx, the remainder, the quotient would be 4, the remainder would be 3. And if we divide the required number by the sum of the digits, so xy divided by x plus y, the quotient would be 8 and the remainder would be 7. Now, guys, if I start solving this using equations, so let's say the number was xy, I divided by yx, so 8 is the quotient, 4 is the quotient, 3 is the remainder. So that means 4yx is equal to, xy is equal to 4yx plus 3. Another equation from here, right? And then I'll start solving them. It will take me 2, 3, 4 minutes to get to the answer. What I'll rather do here is I'll go with the options. 81. First condition. If I reverse the digits, so it will become 18. If I divide 18 by 81, guys, the quotient is 4, but the remainder is 72, so 9. Does not satisfy. Similarly for 91, if I divided it by 19, right? How much would that be? 19, what is 19 into 4, guys? 96? Sorry, 76, right? And what is 19 into 5? 95. So let's say 4. So that would be 76. So what would be the remainder? Definitely more than 9. So 91 is also not the case. Let me try with 71 now. 71. If I reverse the digit, it would become 17, right? So quotient, what is 17? 17 into 4, guys. 68. So quotient is 4. 68. So remainder is 3. This satisfied the first condition. That means definitely 72 will also not satisfy. But still we have to try with the second condition as well. Let us try the second condition as well. 71 divided by the sum of the digits, 7 plus 1, that is 8. How much is that? 8 8s are 64. So the quotient is 8. 64, so remainder is 7. So we got to know that the answer is 71. Rather than doing it with the equations, you could have directly used the options to find your answer quickly and in short, in a very easy way, right? So these are, guys, the type of questions that we get from numerical reasoning. We have a lot more such questions added already in the quant section for Goldman that we have on Prep Insta. We have taken care of all such concepts, everything that you would need. Let me just show you once. Okay, so let us directly go to the Goldman syllabus page first, and let me show you what are the contents for Goldman. Anything that you need for Goldman is already a part, be it aptitude round 1, round 2, reasoning, verbal ability, computer science, subjective, coding ability. Everything is a part of the Goldman syllabus on Prep Insta Prime. So you just have to get Prep Insta Prime. Goldman's syllabus is already a part of that. Apart from that, certifications and all that you get, CMCQ, subjective, coding, verbal. So you get very nice animated videos. Apart from that, you get mocks, you get practice questions. Everything that you need for your placement would already be a part of Prep Insta Prime. Apart from that, guys, what all you get in Prep Insta Prime is you get all the popular skills, you get all the popular languages, popular coding, aptitude, bit logical, verbal, DI, the numerical computation, numerical reasoning. Everything is a part of Prep Insta Prime. Apart from that, for any other company that you are targeting, the courses or the sections are already a part of Prep Insta Prime subscription. Be it any platform based course, be it any company specific course, be it service based company or product based company, it is already a part of Prep Insta Prime. Interview preparation is already updated. Projects, computer science subjects, coding brush ups, real time short interview experiences is also a part, right? Apart from that, as I've already showed you, you get certifications from Prep Insta, which would be very, very important while you are preparing for your Goldman interviews, right? If your certifications, your chances for clearing the exam increases. So make sure you are checking Prep Insta Prime for sure, cause that would be very much helpful in your placement career, in getting placements. Apart from that, you get Prep Insta's certificates, and apart from that, you get TCS Ion remote internship certificate completely free with your Prep Insta Prime subscription. So everything that you need for your placements under one single roof, guys. So make sure you are going and checking that out, right? So guys, apart from that, top 3 commenters on this video to get free access to newly launched Prep Insta Prime. So make sure you are commenting on this video to become lucky to get your Prep Insta Prime subscriptions for free. Last but not the least, guys, 30 plus companies would start hiring soon and will post all the updates on the below handles, be it Instagram, Discord, Facebook, WhatsApp, or Telegram. So make sure you are a part of all of this. So guys, what happens actually is certain companies, they have limitations on the number of applications, and by the time you get to know about a drive, which is in 3 days or 4 days, normally the link would have already expired. So it is very important that you get to know about any drives happening as soon as possible, so that it has not expired already. So to do that, you have to be a part of our social media handle, so that, because we definitely post it as soon as we get it, and as soon as links are active, we are the first one to post such updates on our social media handles. So make sure you're a part of all our social media handles, be it Instagram, Discord, Facebook, WhatsApp, or Telegram. Apart from that, guys, last but not the least, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click onto the bell icon. So after this, guys, there's a quick trailer coming up for all of you guys, which should give you an idea onto how the courses looks real time on Prep Insta Prime. All the courses that I showed you, be it skills or any company specific course or any interview experience videos or anything. So that particular trailer would give you an idea onto what is the quality of content that Prep Insta Prime has. right? So make sure to watch that. Thank you so much, guys.